Okay, what are we on now? 55. Bit of movement, not much attacking. Most of the attacking was round the windmill knoll. And he's got a lot of disordered troops, as have I. So we're all just sat staring at each other, not doing anything because we can't attack. We can't use any black powder weapons, we can't use our muskets or rifles or anything like that. So we're just all sort of sat staring at each other. I'm going to continue withdrawing my troops here. He didn't really move anything here. He tried to get those guys out of the way. But I will oblige him and help him on his way. This turn's all going to be about just establishing that front line, having a bit of a tidy up. He's moved out of Eylau, which is good, or he is moving out of Eylau, which is good. Didn't make any attack there. Nothing up this end to speak of. Cavalry turn round, looks like they're going. So yeah, it's going to be very much a case of carrying on that cavalry round the north side of Althoff, and tidying up and establishing a front line. So a bit of a boring turn. There might not even be any combat, maybe only one or two bits, but we'll see in a few. And as I mentioned, probably it's going to be one of the least exciting turns, or quietest turns, certainly since the beginning. Didn't really do much at all. All I did was move some more people up into position, move that artillery forwards, continue moving my cavalry. I keep forgetting about this supply cut way back here. Sorted that cavalry out here, as I did here. Tidied up a little bit around here. Guard cavalry. No, I think we'll go them guys with artillery there. And we'll bring them back. Must have lost that single gun. I think we did. Oh well. We've got these chaps here. I think that's just one or two guns. I'm not overly concerned to them. Tell you what. You, on the next turn, you're going to charge them. The guard, I sent some guard units over, and they bumped into quite a fresh unit. There's some Archangel troops, and they're not. The guard have lost quite a few men, so I need to bolster them. Ideally, I haven't really got anyone I can bolster them with. I'm going to have a little bit of a messy attack here, just because I want to protect the guard. That'll overstack them, so we'll bring one forward, attack with them, and attack with the guard, and hopefully, it'll be messy, but it'd be nice to get a charge, but that blizzard, we can't do anything. Disordered, and they're disordered, so we can't really do, but they're disordered. Here's going to be messy as well. Now, I'm not too concerned about them, because I've got these guys, they're very tired, but there is a lot of them. What I want to do is, with a marshal in charge, bring this 1,200 men. I brought them up to the rear. They're not too tired. They're not disordered, so hopefully win back this windmill knoll. No. Oof. Heavy losses there. As I said, I'm not too bad about them. Now, these guys, what have we got there? About 400 or 500. We'll get in the if we can, and some skirmishers are going to help us out as well. Now we managed to push them back. Okay, I dare say if they sort themselves out, he'll attack us on the flank there. But we do have some troops back here. Desjardins, the general of the division anyway, he is helping to sort out troops, and he's acting back here. He's rallying them up and sending them back to the front. Over here, can't do anything because these guys are disordered. Trying to pull these troops back slowly and steadily from the front line out of the way of his guns. So they're 2 hexes, yeah. So can't do anything there. We will turn those guns around. So it's just slowly building up a bit of a front line. Move some artillery here. Is that a good place? Where did he have troops? Up on that high ground. That should be better down there. So I'll move those guns down there. Can't do anything with them this turn. I carried on moving my cavalry back, and I did say that these Grenadiers of Cheval and Chasseurs of Cheval of the Guard, they would charge. Oh, they can't charge, can they? Hopefully they would push them back anyway. Yeah, good. And I moved these scouts, these Chasseurs Cheval scouts, back as well along the main road. I don't want him to think or know about my new plan. So they're going to shadow somewhere down there, maybe on this high ground, and just keep an eye on that road. And when the visibility clears, have eyes on whatever he's got there. He's got that cavalry somewhere up here. He got it there. So whether he's bringing it to this side or whether he is regrouping up towards, where's that, Melanchime? It's there somewhere. But we do have a lot of guns overlooking that area for the next turn. So yeah, fairly quiet turn, not much combat at all, so good chance to have a look at the victory then, what we're on. So we lost just short of 10,000 men, almost 6,000 cavalry. As I said right at the start, there was a lot of cavalry involved. There was a big cavalry action. Ours has been a little bit more piecemeal, but saying that, around this area here, Becarton and this plain, if we zoom in and have a look, it's been carnage. I mean, look, the battle started over here. This was like the first engagement with the cavalry, and pushed them back all this way, up to Sir Palin. Bit of a lull there, and then we had some more cavalry skirmishes here. Right up in the north as well, we had the Prussians. We dealt with a lot of Prussians. I'm just going to close that because it won't let me select hex on the jump map. We had a lot of dealings with the Prussians over here. So there's a lot of bloodshed. We had cavalry actions there. We had cavalry actions here with the Russians. It's been all sort of infantry here. A little bit of cavalry sort of this area. But in the middle it's been all infantry. But yeah, so that justifies the amount of cavalry we've lost. But look at his cavalry and units. 25,000 men he's lost and 10,000 cavalry. 127 guns to our 55, so we haven't lost too many in a while. It's about a quarter of our guns and I think about a quarter of his. And double the leader losses, and he's going to feel that. So I think around about 80,000 troops on the day. So he's lost over a quarter of his army, getting up towards half of his army. I don't know if that was including the reinforcements that arrived. Because remember, Ney and Davout were on the field, and the Prussians were on the field for him. Whether the 80,000... It's a strange battle when you look at the numbers. Weirdly, with the casualties, the real casualties as well, they sort of hid them because neither side wanted to let on how much they'd lost. So you'll often see between, say, 12,000 and 25,000. So I was taking average, a midpoint way. So it's a good guess. Depends which book you read. Some have it as a high estimate, some as a low estimate. But I think it's a fairly safe assumption to say somewhere in the middle. My casualties are lower so far than the day. His are top end, I would say. But we've still got 55, 30, 25 turns left of this. And the weather's going to clear, what do we say, in 33% chance to heavy snow. So that goes to 4 hexes, 4 miles, 4 hexes visibility. And by 15:30, so what's that? Half an hour's time, 3 turns, and then it goes to 4 hexes and still can't use black powder. So hopefully over the next few turns we are going to, or I'm certainly going to, just establish the front line, get a little bit of order, and yeah, that's it. I'll send that over to him and see you in a few. Right, turn 56 and another turn in a blizzard. Which is good for us because that's exactly what I want. A bit of time, not downtime, but a bit of time just to rest, reorganise, recoup, and not fight, not lose any more men. Try and get into a position to start attacking in places. So that's going to be the order of the day. Up and out off, move that cavalry round. Eylau, sort out some people or troops that I can. We've got some surrounded units there we'll sort out. He attacked up here and looks like he's pushed some more troops back. They're not the strongest troops around here. They're not doing the best, can we? Yeah. So, slowly but surely... Oh, the guard are disordered, annoyingly. we can start to hopefully win back, or at least hold, or try and hold, that windmill knoll. Over this end, again, it's going to be establishing the front line, pulling these troops back, continuing pulling my cavalry back, and yeah, that's about it. There's not really much going to be happening in this turn, I do warn you, but that's all good. So I'll get on with moving. I've pretty much moved everything I need to move. Continue with that cavalry going up round the north of Althoff. Move some artillery into position, move the rest of the division up. Sorted out some cavalry around the Windcloth Mill. Eylau, we've got a little bit of combat to do in Eylau. Some light troops. I can't finish them off, but we will with artillery. Okay, that's them gone. Hopefully these guys as well. Try and take those guns out if we can. So last turn, we put these line troops into column for that very reason. Okay, so guard are disordered, and we can't charge, but we can melee whilst we're in good order. Just to try and take some of this Archangel troops away. Now, we've got a lot of troops there. Okay, so we do have about 1,000 we can use with leaders, so let's see if we can. Well, we can't push them back. These troops are going to have another crack at the guys inside with Ogoro, so hopefully... No, they're stubborn. They're stubborn. It's probably because they're in a secure hex, what do you call it? Like a protected hex in that windmill knoll. So they're going to be covered. Now these guys are tired, but we've got to start winning this fight, and they're not going very well at all. These guys are knackered, so they didn't do anything. They're disordered. Chasseur Cheval against 700-800. Nope, that's not going to happen. Tell you what, I'm liking Desjardins because he got some more troops rallied and he sent them back on the way, as he did up here, so he is good. Carried on moving my troops back from this area around all these guns. Get them back as well. Continue just basically sorting out a front line here. Move some artillery up. Where do I move that artillery now? Two guns somewhere. Unlimbered them, so they're overlooking Klein Southgarten. As is this gun, as is this gun. So we're getting there with the front line. Continue moving my cavalry back. What I did notice though, when I moved these Chasseurs Cheval, is two leaders. So we'll take them, a colonel and another two leaders in the back. We'll melee here. How many is there? 100 odd. So there's quite a few left. Guard cavalry. So they're all there now. They're going to get on the move the next turn because they're all there. Actually, bar some that are stranded up here. Poor Grenadier Cheval, look at that. 2%. 3 guys remaining. They got shot to shit. Yeah, they got absolutely annihilated. So they're going to make their way back. They might have almost like a rear guard, I suppose. I'm going to move some artillery forward to this high ground here, and I'm just considering if his cavalry's up here and they've got those guns here, it might be a better idea to just move it forward here, and then I'm stretching my front line. Now I'm happy with where it is. I don't want to overstretch myself too much. What else happened? These guys ran into my Chasseur Cheval last time, so I'm going to take them off the road because it's very obvious. And I've got a plan for these poor troops that got annihilated in the ambush on Klein Southgarten. They're going to head up towards Lampashk. However, I don't play with or in a way that, let's say, these troops now, they're not an effective fighting force, but they're a fighting force. There's not much to stop me using them as sort of undercover spies to go and take all of these VPs. Palpash, Kush, Shitten, what name? Nukin. But it's not the Don thing. It's not the Don thing. We don't play like that, or a proper player wouldn't play like that. So what I'm going to do is they're going to meet up because there is strength in numbers, safety in numbers, and then on the road somewhere up here. I'm not going to take the VP, not bothered about that at all. And as I said, it's a little bit underhanded. Is to use this road to go around the back of Bekarten and go the long way around to Sardinen and then back up. That's the plan. But don't forget, there are Cossacks on their tail somewhere, and when the visibility clears, it's going to be cat and mouse to a certain extent. I could sit it out somewhere, just find a little ravine, somewhere safe for them to sit it out and recover a little bit. But that's my plan. I'm going to go on a little journey with them, try and get them back to the front line. It's 400 odd men, so might need them. Alright, so that's pretty much it, to be honest, with this turn. A nice, slow, steady movement turn, not much combat at all. Steadying the lines, and that's about it.